The Bruins aren't so bad.
All right, it says we're live.
Yep.
I have to go retweet this.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Thornton's my favorite
Jake.
Bruin ever. It's all right.
Jake, be entertained.
Greatest
Shut the
Bruin
fuck
ever.
up. Hockey doesn't exist.
Man. Hockey's
not real.
Playoff hockey is the best playoffs in all of sports. Maybe not more than football, but the other two definitely. When you pair your teams with the teams that they hate, and violence and fighting ensues, it's a magical fucking moment. Especially when Brent Seabrook knocks out David Backus. David Backus out on his feet tries to fight Brent Seabrook. It's fucking magical.
I've listened to 0 words you've said so far.
Are we going to start the show?
Yes.
We're live.
We're gonna fucking start the show. I'm giving time because it's the fucking off season. We have.
I was just letting Jake ramble on.
That's right. Am I gonna do a countdown? No, of course not. We're already fucking live. So hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Zone 32 podcast. I don't know what the fuck Grant's doing. Trying to go hang out with Cole Beasley so you can figure out who's who when they're both in the room. But Trippy will be on later. But right now I got Drew and you got Will. They ain't gonna say what's up to the people because they're misanthropes. They don't like y'all. But I fucks with y'all. So I'll say what's up, people. You know there's probably no one watching right now. But anywho, let's get into it.
Shut the fuck up. Just get to the point.
Hey, man. Yeah. You know what? I don't give a fuck. Go Panthers. Go Panthers.
Suck my dick.
Yeah.
Suck a dick.
Presented.
I'm surprised anyway. Vigilant Dave is not in here dancing on my grave.
Give it time, I'm sure.
Seems to be the only person capable of having his teams beat mine in the playoffs. So,
yep. Oh, that's right. He's a Florida Panthers fan. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, and he's a fucking Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
So,
fuck the Chiefs. I didn't mind the Chiefs before, but fuck Travis Kelce. He's a little bitch. I'd say another word, but I don't want to say that while we're live. Just remember it's.
You only do that live on platforms that don't pay us. So.
And where the history can't be found, so there's no proof other than hearsay. Which
history was supposed to be found on that, but it was a fucking third-rate mediocre app. So
yeah, well, hey man,
they can lick my balls too.
All you can do now is just throw out these accusations and say, "Let my haters hate." Simple as that.
I mean, they seem to be big Drake fans over at that app. So.
That does seem to be the way. Yeah, they do. I hope he and Weinstein both get thrown into a prison cell and get thoroughly eviscerated. But anyway,
interesting choice of two people to use there. But
hey man, shout out Kendrick Lamar for using that line.
Yeah, it's more that there's some commonalities between the two that we don't say out loud on media platforms. But
no need to. Kendrick Lamar did that for us plenty earlier this month. But anyway,
we should probably get into
the NFL schedule has come out. Will put out there that he only got one of the games wrong, which is a swap of the Chargers and the bye. So I respect that. Well done, sir.
Yep.
But anyway, so the schedule's out. People are up in arms about playing on Christmas Day again on Netflix and playing 3 games in 10 days. So, Drew, we'll start with you. Does that matter?
I mean, I'm not thrilled we're playing on Netflix because it took Amazon, I don't know what, probably 10, 15 games before their broadcast was actually, coherent and good. As far as I know, that's going to be Netflix's first game. So, I don't know. I don't love the idea of, being excited for a Ravens Christmas Day game.
I think it's their second. I think the Steelers play right before, but still, you're right.
I watched Michigan opened up last year on Peacock, and that was their first football game that they showed, and it was fucking a horrific broadcast. So, my anger of them playing on Christmas is more that they're playing on Netflix, not that they're playing on Christmas in general, because I don't love the new, streaming platforms. I'd rather them work out the kinks, and then I can actually watch a good product. People have said Apple TV for baseball is much better now. I know early on the Red Sox played a couple games on it, and it was fucking awful to watch. and I'm sure that they've like cleaned it up now. But it takes a while. It's a live broadcast. It's not something that
The
Netflix.
Apple baseball, the broadcast quality is great. The
Yeah,
commentary stinks
it's
unless
horrific.
so
But yeah,
well it's weird because like they'll so the Orioles, for example. I mean, I really only watch it when the Orioles are on it, but like
yeah,
they'll have like Melanie Newman they'll have on it, and I know Melanie Newman is not everyone's cup of tea, but at least she knows the team, so that helps watching it because it's someone who's familiar with the team. Um, Now, like last week when they played, it was two people who are not.
Is Katie Nolan still on that, or do they finally get rid of her?
No, I've never seen Katie Nolan on it. Um,
She was when they first started doing it. It was her deal,
no,
and
but
she's fucking awful.
last week it was two guys who just aren't affiliated with the team at all. So I mean, obviously they're familiar with the league, but they don't have like a day-to-day familiarity with the Orioles. Uh, so the commentary was very generic and wasn't as interesting that from that aspect, but the broadcast quality, like the visual aspect of it's really good. So as long as that's good, I don't really care about. I mean, and like with the NFL, it's a totally different product. Like you don't
Yeah, and I
really,
can live
yeah,
with
yeah,
mediocre commentary in the NFL. It's the broadcast quality that has to be there, and I
right.
don't trust Netflix is going to have it. Game 2 for them.
Well,
But
and you don't really get like team specific um commentary.
no, yeah, that's
So
true. Yeah, so I mean, for me, it really boils down to is the broadcast quality going to be good? So that's my
yeah,
gripe for them playing on Christmas. Three
right.
games in 10 days is towards the end of the year too is not ideal, but like everybody goes through it at some point. I
And
actually
they have a
saw that
late buy too, so
they have a later buy, and I saw the Ravens have like the biggest rest advantage this year over their opponents. I don't know
mm,
exactly how the graphic was worded, but it
no.
was
It's the Ravens have the biggest rest advantage since 2002.
right. Oh, okay, so it's even better than I thought. But I'm saying that like compared to the rest of the league, they have a good rest advantage.
They do, yeah, they
So,
do, and they have it,
so
and their
like,
travel is not heavy. Their travel is not bad.
what did
So
we go to the West Coast twice, 3 times?
yeah, they're like their total mileage traveled is really it's not a heavy travel like, and obviously we're not leaving the country. It's very balanced. So like it's alternating home road, and like whenever we play two road games, there's an offset. Then we'll play two home games, or we'll have one home game and a bye. So like there's always an offset. So it's extremely balanced, which is like what 2019. The name of the game in 2019 was, and everyone always likes to go back to 2019 because it was like the year that looked like it was going to be the year, but
Yeah,
the offense was like the most balanced offense in the history of the NFL. We averaged over 200 yards on running the ball and passing the ball. Um, that was the average per game, and our schedule lined up perfectly balanced where we were home away, home away, home away, and I believe that was still when we were at 16 games, and our bye week fell right in the middle of the season. So it was like a perfectly balanced schedule. So balance was exactly like what led us to that record, the one seed, and then not being balanced is what fucked us in the playoffs. So like balance is really what you look for in a football season in the NFL in order to be successful. And the schedule has come out looking pretty balanced, and the opportunity to take advantage of that is there.
yeah, and yeah, I feel like people just want something to bitch about too online.
Hmm.
So they've kind of like they've looked at rest, and they're like, oh, end of the year we don't have a lot of rest, but I mean nobody has the perfect amount of rest in a year, and you're going to travel, you're going to play hard games. It's not like we knew going into the year we were going to have a tough schedule anyway. I think it like worked out to be the fourth hardest schedule, if I'm
Second,
right on that. The
second, I
second,
think.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. Strength of schedule is second hardest behind the Browns. The only reason we're second hardest is because we
the
play the
Browns play,
Browns
yeah,
instead of ourselves. Right, exactly. So you can't play yourselves.
yeah.
So
So I mean, but we knew that that was going to happen. Like we knew
yeah,
that we were going to play a tough schedule. So
yeah.
I think I saw Jeff Z bitching about the Christmas game, and that's because it's a road Christmas game. He
Yeah,
doesn't
he
want to
doesn't want
travel
to
away from his
travel.
family on Christmas. So
Yeah,
like, but I feel like people see things like that are Jeff's coming from a personal place at that point. of not wanting to go out to travel on Christmas Day when he's got a young kid at home, and like I get it, but then people take shit like that and like they're like, oh well, the beat reporters are mad at it, so I have to be mad at it too.
Right.
And it's just kind of dumb.
Well, and it's like it's a similar thing to where people are like, where they want to like cape for, oh, this guy deserves more money. Like, you don't care how much money someone makes. It's their business. And
Right.
like, an NFL player having to play a football game on Christmas, 2 years in a row, who gives a fuck? They make millions of dollars. I would gladly, I mean, like, Drew, before we went on, you were complaining about how you don't get to work on Memorial Day because you would get to make extra money working on the holiday. Like,
Yeah, and like I have off from my regular job on Memorial Day. I
yeah,
would love to go spend it at Fenway Park. Like,
right, exactly. So like,
where that's a fucking no-brainer slam dunk. I'd love to spend 4th of July there. They're not home on 4th of July.
right.
Yeah, I'm sure the players like to play on fucking holidays.
Well, and
Everybody's
like,
watching them.
exactly right. So like, you think the players mind playing on Christmas when literally they know every football fan is watching that game because
I'm
it's an
sure if you asked, they'd
unopposed
rather play
game.
at home, but
Sure, but at the same time, like, it's cool to be a featured game on Christmas because the entire country's watching. And again, these guys play a fucking game as their job. They're
yeah,
getting paid millions of dollars. They don't give a fuck if it's Christmas or not because they get a lot of time off in the off season. They know during the season they belong to this league. They belong to their team. Whenever the game is scheduled, they are there. They play. If they're healthy, it doesn't matter when the game is. It's not like, oh man, I really wanted to do this I wanted to open presents with my mom on Christmas. Tough fucking shit, dude. You're a fucking grown up with a very high paying job, and you will be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. And fans have no fucking reason to be upset for you. And I mean, it's
yeah.
such a stupid fucking thing to get upset about.
I don't know. I mean, now that you say it like that, I'm pretty upset that the players are valuing their careers over their family life. But shout out retard Harrison Bucker. But
I think you need to feature the most recent comment.
what does it say? Oh, Matt, I can't read it. Can you read it to me?
It says, Drew, I think you need to find a beam. Not sure if that ceiling fan is sturdy enough to hang from.
It's also not high enough off the ground to hang from. Trust me, I've thought about it. That was a little dark for our typical. We stick to calling people retarded and stuff like that. But yeah. There's really no light fixtures in my house that are high enough to hang myself off of. So, stuck with it for another few days.
To be fair, ceiling fan box should be sturdy enough to hold your weight. So hey, Godspeed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's basically like hit my head on it when I'm walking by. It's just not high enough.
It should be
Logistics
bolted.
just don't
Should
work.
be bolted to a joist, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it should be. It should be lagged into a stud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it, but just trust me. I've considered it. It's just not high enough off the ground is the issue.
Yeah.
This is a height problem, not a holding me up problem. So
if anything, Drew's just gonna go get a stone out of his wall outside and smash his head in with it.
maybe I'll go try some hand-to-hand combat with the Coyotes.
Either that, or you smash the fucking drywall and then put the fucking rope. If I show up
to record next week and I got like a missing limb or something, it's because I tried to fight the Coyotes thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well,
I assume they'll win, but I don't know. I mean, animals are dumb.
That's true. Well, I mean, the Coyotes in hockey are about to no longer exist, apparently. So there you go.
They're about to
Coyotes
be the Utah Yeti or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's fucking dumb. Even the Utah Mormons have their logo be Joseph Smith.
The Utah Soakers.
You could be the Utah Mormons, have your logo be Joseph Smith, and have him there with three wives. The cheerleaders could be the wives.
All right, fuck this.
I thought Drew did it. I thought he.
No.
It's like, no. Fuck this. I can't take it anymore. I'm done.
No, I set up this little like makeshift stand to put my phone on, and it's not working. So
that's
gonna hold
it. We usually only get this view of Drew during Ravens games.
Yep.
Yeah. Usually.
We got Mike in here, right? Mike's making an
Yeah,
appearance.
Do.
Yeah.
I would go to Revere before I went to Lynn if I wanted to die, just for the record. A lot more, junkies in Revere. I could go jump in front of the train at Wonderland. Commuter rail probably stopped running, so I'd have to actually drive to the T. But yeah, all right. I mean, I guess we're living up to the Drew's mental breakdown episode pretty well here.
Yeah. We're just
Yeah.
going over different.
We've discussed ways that I could hang myself and kill myself, but
Hey,
am
man.
I gonna get one of those Twitter emails of like, hey, we know you're going through a tough time, like there's help available?
No, I think that since it's third party, it's kind of like I don't think they review the content of these live streams.
It's good. I actually wouldn't kill myself, just for the record. Anybody who watches is worried. Don't be worried. I'm gonna die in a way stupider manner than doing something to myself, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, we all will.
Yeah, falling down the steps at Fenway.
Or in my house.
Yeah.
Or fighting a coyote.
So all right, let's look deeper at the schedule.
Yeah.
Do you guys like opening up with the Chiefs?
No. I'd rather play them towards the end of the year. The worst thing you could really do is Andy Reid early, because he'll devise a kind of a scheme early on that defenses haven't adjusted to yet. It's always a fuck situation, and with a first time defensive coordinator, I hate it for that perspective. This was like November, December, I'd be fine with it. I wouldn't give a fuck.
Hold on.
So I almost want to play him like week 4, because I feel like by week 4 we'll have hit a groove like defensively. I think again, this has been discussed on here before, but I think Zach Orr's going to have some growing pains. Like it's just it's going to happen. Never called plays before. It's a little bit different of a scheme. He's got a few new players. I would rather kind of work out the kinks against some shitty teams and then play the Chiefs, just for like my own. It would be a better game in week 4 than it will be in week 1. I also don't get the complaining about playing week 1. Like a primetime game on that Thursday. Like that's when it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Yeah. Everybody's fully rested at that point. That's like it's not like you're coming off, a bunch of games. It is what it is. Like unless you lose somebody key in the preseason, you're coming in with a full roster. They're coming in with a full roster. There's no injuries aren't going to play a factor in that game. So I don't know. Like I feel like our fans too are just fucking stupid. Again, we've had this discussion a million times. I feel like this is we trash Rashad Bateman for being a fucking loser. We call our fan base, retarded, and then we get into some random shit. But I feel like this has been our offseason. Last year was talking about, is Lamar Jackson going to sign the contract? And then this year it's like, how do we make fun of Rashad Bateman or our fans?
All right, so here's just some food for thought. 2021, Kansas City started the season 2-3. Week 1, they did win the game, but then week 2 they played us and lost. Week 3,
they are notorious slow starters.
Yeah, they lost to the Chargers, then they beat the Eagles, and they lost to the Bills. Okay, and
last year losing to the Lions opening day.
So yeah. So in 2022, they lost week 3 to the Colts. Put up kind of a dud there. Now they had a much better start in 2022, but so they started 4-2 in 2022. 2023, hold on, it's going slow. 2023 they started 0-1, and then they went on a 6-game win streak, but they only scored 20 points. And then their second game they won, but they only scored 17 points. And then even in their fourth game, they won 23-20 over the Jets. And the Jets, that was the Jets without Aaron Rodgers. It was kind of a listless team. Yeah. So they easily could have been 1-3, a 2-2, a 1-3 team. So like, I'm not scared of the Chiefs early on. I'd actually probably rather play them early on because, again, like
no Rashee Rice,
no Rice. They're going to be trying to establish an identity on offense with a bunch of new players.
They also don't care. I know this
Yeah,
is not
right.
gonna they this doesn't matter to them. It's all about just
No,
getting the playoffs.
this is they are exactly what the the Tom Brady Patriots used to be. Like they know damn well they're going to the playoffs. They're going to win the AFC West. Like
And every year
there's going to
somebody
be
says
the Lindsay Okays of the world who pick the Chargers or pick the
yep,
the
the
Raiders
Raiders or
or
the
whoever.
fucking Broncos
It's
and
fucking stupid. Every year
well,
the Chiefs.
Bo Nix
Yeah,
is 29 years old and played 9 years of college
yeah.
football, so he's going to come in ready to go in a Sean Payton
No,
offense. And
right.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no. The Chiefs are winning that division. It's dumb to say anyone else is going to win it. Uh-oh, here he is.
What's up,
Hold on.
Trippy?
The
That
man, the
looks
myth,
like
the legend.
it looks like we got
Hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Don't judge me, bro. The night was not a good night, but I'm here.
extra hands.
Oh shit! There you go.
Say hi.
Oh,
Oh shit! What
who
up,
is that?
though?
Who is that?
He's laughing. He muted it.
Man, I done left the Orioles game. I'm supposed to be taking my ass home to do the podcast. I don't even know where the fuck I'm at, but I'm about to drink this Bud Light.
Well, why don't you shoot that address over this way?
There you go.
I'm just
What you
picturing
say?
Will go. I'm just picturing Will going to downtown Baltimore and getting like robbed now.
Where Grant at?
Who the fuck
Ain't
knows?
No
show
Grant
up.
this week?
Yeah,
Grant
I think.
Grant is preaching the good word of Harrison Butker to college freshmen,
Any other college besides Benedictine
incoming
colleges?
college
I
freshmen.
heard. I heard he's doing a dual seminar with Cole Beasley about the dangers of COVID vaccines.
It could be that too. I don't know.
Eh.
Grant's going down to women's only colleges saying, hey guys, stop trying to have a fucking job and go pump
Uh-oh.
out some
Look at
kids.
this.
Burke my
Matching
children.
sunglasses.
There we go.
Oh shit!
Tripping.
There you
I
go.
wonder if
Hey, yo, I
Tripping
took a picture with the owner and shit. What's his name again?
Rich Jew.
Rubenstein.
Richard Jew. Yo, I can't believe I really clicked to that fucking page knowing that wasn't his page. I know it was something with
I
the
was
dude.
so hoping that you just trusted what I said
Yo,
and tweeted that.
that would be
fucking
fucking so funny if that was his handle.
I should have got him
I mean,
shout
you
out
should.
Zone 32. He was cool as shit.
Should have
He was
invited him
just
on the
hanging
podcast.
out, huh?
I would have called him. Or I would have been like, hey pal, why'd you spend $28 million on a Magna Carta? That would have been my my one question to David Rubenstein before he probably left. Be like, oh, we got an asshole Red Sox fan in here. And then how the fuck is it 10-5? Jesus.
What are the Red Sox playing?
Yeah, Cardinals.
Yeah.
It's deteriorated quickly. My night has
You're having quite a night. Holy
it's
shit.
not gone well. When it rains, it pours. So again, this is why we talk about the strength of my ceiling fans, and look for
Yeah.
support
Yep.
beams in my basement. But
Yeah. Okay. So basically, the takeaway is this. I mean, personally, I would rather play the Chiefs early than play them late. I like playing them week one. I think not saying it's like level playing field or anything like that. It's just like they don't know what they're going to see from us. We don't necessarily know what we're going to see from them, but I like our chances. I mean, I like our chances any time of year, honestly. But playing them week one doesn't scare me by any means. We beat them week two.
yeah, I mean, I like our chances, like you said, anytime. I saw people fighting over this because again, we have fans who just seem to want to take hard opinions on anything, a
Yeah.
hard stance on something, and yeah, I didn't get the pushback or the not liking playing them versus liking playing them. Yeah, it was just a thought.
Yeah.
I didn't know if somebody had some profound idea as to why it would be bad and why people were bitching about it.
Yeah, no, I don't think there is a good reason. And
No.
then going into week two, we got the Raiders at home. I think we are going to drum the Raiders at home. The Raiders don't travel well.
The Raiders don't travel
No,
well.
they
They don't have a quarterback. Their defense is, if you stop Max Crosby, who said the N-word on camera last year in a video. People
Sure
forget
did,
that.
yeah.
You know, if we stop him, like they really don't have much on defense. That scares me. You could start off the season if you beat the Chiefs. You know that's a lot of momentum going into some other games that
Yep.
you can really start rolling early. I mean, again, I think it was Big Dog Dad said 15-2 was the record. I think probably 14-3 is more realistic. But
Yep.
regardless, like you beat the Chiefs and you kind of could start off hot there. You're gonna lose
Yep.
games here and there, but
Yeah. So week 2, I think if anybody has week 2 as a loss, I would love to hear them explain to me how they got there on that. Unless,
remember that dipshit I did his podcast and then he hated you.
oh yeah, the bourbon guy.
Yeah, bourbon guy. He used to be a Raiders fan, so I'm sure he has it as a loss. But
There's no rational explanation why someone would do that, other than if you want to say it's going to be one of those like inexplicable bad losses. If you want to tell me that's why, then fine. I just don't see that happening week 2. I see that happening like when they get a little more comfortable later in the season. I don't see that being the home opener. I don't see them dropping that to a shitty team like the Raiders.
Only way I can see it being a loss is if they beat the shit out of the Chiefs and completely overlook the Raiders. That's the
Yeah,
only way.
is
They don't
yeah,
have
Mike,
football.
exactly. The Raiders are. Yeah, you're right. Exactly right.
if they start Minshew and he has one of those fucking wild games that he's like the current day Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I
Yeah,
mean
he did
he'll
get
have
us last year.
yeah he did he had a good game against us last year. That's just kind of what he does. But
I could see him though having like 5 picks against
right.
us.
Well, yeah, I mean there's no middle ground with him. It's either he's
Right.
going to throw 5 touchdowns or 5 picks.
Yeah. Now going into week 3, traveling to Dallas, I could see us losing that game.
They're tough to
Yeah.
beat at home.
I mean Jerry Jones is a
Surprisingly,
great
they didn't used to be.
Jerry Jones is a great GM and all. Some people would rank him very high up in the league, but
Jerry
not
Jones,
me. Not
Jerry
me, but
Jones,
some people.
yeah, Jerry Jones, I believe, is a strong believer in women, the vocation of women being homemakers.
Jerry Jones was at a protest for desegregating schools, so people forget that, but very clearly in the photo there.
Protest against it.
That's what I said, right?
You said 4.
Yeah, I've had a lot to drink tonight.
Yeah. To be clear, he was against desegregating.
Yeah,
he wanted to
bad,
keep it. He wanted to keep it.
bad guy.
Keep
Bad
it
guy.
separated. Yeah.
Multiple sexual assault cases against him. Just overall terrible human being.
Yeah.
Hasn't won shit.
But that would be a game. This is if I want to pick one in that first month that we might drop. I would say the Cowboys game is. Mike's making me laugh at these comments.
He's right though.
Yeah, he is.
Jerry Jones didn't know the 19th Amendment got passed.
No,
I would put money on that.
But the Cowboys game would be the one that I would say in September. That's the most likely one. Now, obviously, the Chiefs is a coin toss. If we lose that game, I wouldn't be surprised. I think we can definitely win that game. But of the other games we play, if we lost the Cowboys, it would not shock me. If we beat the shit out of the Cowboys, it wouldn't shock me either.
The
But
only thing that scares me about the Cowboys is that they're, playing with Dak Prescott here and they're not going to pay him. And so, is this the year that Dak comes out and fucking lights the league on fire?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're now playing with a, contract year Dak who's
Right.
going to be motivated to shove it to Jerry Jones. But
And I personally believe, I know everybody has their own, Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in football. I think that CeeDee Lamb is not that far behind him. I think he's really fucking good.
I feel like you could do a top 5 wide receivers and a lot of people would have the same 5. And other than Jefferson 1, there's a lot of orders, you could put 2 through 5.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's much of an argument.
For me, Lamb is number 2. He's really, really good. He does everything.
I'd still put the prolific woman-beating midget from the Dolphins number 2. But
hey, yo, I saw a midget earlier too at the game. Yo, that shit was crazy. Hey, bro, I was trying to send y'all a video, but something happened with though. I ain't want to blow my cover, so I just said, fuck it.
Did you have the camera pointed too high so you didn't get them in frame?
It's all good. Did you try to shake his hand and they kick you in the balls? And then did you go chase him and he went,
We're getting canceled tonight. It's fine.
R.I.P. for Troya. R.I.P.
Yeah, so Cowboys.
It's okay.
I think
We
is
can
the,
make midget jokes because Will's an actual midget, so we
that's.
have
There you
one.
go.
I mean,
We have one on staff, so it's fine.
that's pure lies.
People have said otherwise. Mainly me.
Cowboys game. I think is dicey, but who knows? Bills. I think we beat the shit out of the Bills.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know who
they're
the fuck they're gonna be this year. I really don't. They lost
see
a lot on defense.
They've
the
lost a
AF,
lot. They've lost a lot all
but the
around.
AFC East is not good. So
No.
like whoever the Bills look like in the regular season doesn't matter because it's not who they're going to be in the playoffs. They're not a threat.
We
They're
also
done.
haven't been really like pointing out. So Thursday night football. Okay. The Bills is a Sunday night football game. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and it's a home game. So that's our second home game of the year. I think a September home Sunday night game. It's going to be nice and warm. I think we're going to kill them on national television.
Josh Allen will do enough to put up, I don't know, 17, 24 points that game, but it's not going to be enough to win.
17 was the number I had in mind. I think we're going to score. I think we're going to put up like over 30, probably like 30 between like 31 popped in my brain, but I'm thinking 31, 35, something like that. So I think we're just gonna stomp them out on national TV.
Yep, agreed.
And that fucking weirdo with his cartoon Abby, that guy's gonna be, making up all sorts of bullshit about how Lamar's not an MVP. There you go. Like 34-17. That's a good score.
TGD, whatever. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, TJ.
TJ, yeah, he's
that guy. And then
I've had him muted for a while.
then we go right into another Thursday night football game, right? Is that Thursday? Against the Oh no. This is a regular game, the Bengals game.
Yeah, the first one is just a regular Sunday 105
Yeah,
as far
1
as I'm aware.
o'clock. Yeah. 1 o'clock. I think we sweep the Bengals this year.
I could see it. Again, Joe Burrow is not going to be the same guy to start off the year. It's going to be a little rusty. You're going to have questions about
hold on. I don't know if I know you don't like the Pat McAfee show. You don't like the show. You don't like Pat McAfee in general, but Darius Butler.
Not that I don't like him. I just don't get him.
Darius Butler is on that show. He had the same surgery as Joe Burrow and said he lost 50% of the mobility in his wrist.
Right, but here's the thing: is that Darius Butler wasn't throwing a football, and we've seen videos of Joe Burrow throwing a football since then.
I know.
He's also had it's been probably 10 years since Darius Butler had that surgery. 5.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
I do get all of that, but I get all of that. But Darius Butler's experience with it is a useful anecdote, I think, because
the OG Tommy John had a different experience with Tommy John surgery than somebody.
Well, what I'm saying is this: so Darius Butler's telling you he has the advantage here of hindsight and the experience of it playing through, like truly playing through the injury. Like, and again, he wasn't someone throwing the ball, but Joe Burrow, we've seen him throwing the ball in OTAs. So we haven't seen Joe Burrow throwing the ball with like people who are out to hurt him, chasing him in a live scenario where he's throwing full strength, full speed. So what I think is no matter what we see on tape, what's being put out by the NFL or the Bengals, and even if all things look okay, his wrist isn't what it used to be, and it's always going to be in a position where it can be re-injured pretty easily.
Did Jake take himself off the stage?
Yeah, I had to. My headset died, so now I got the old-time radio set up. The dying headphones.
Now he's in a World War II bomber.
That's right. That's right there, partner.
But I don't know, on Joe Burrow's injury, it's if he can throw the ball 5-10 yards and be accurate with it. Like that's what he thrives off of. He's a check down dipshit who
I guess, but like when he wants to whip
survives on
that
yak.
thing quick, if he's got limited mobility in his wrist and he can't, if that's what we're gonna see over time through a season, when he's got to throw that ball, how many times is he gonna throw the ball in a season? 300, 400 times, 500 times.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see how
He got
that
he gotta stop
that
jerking off. Maybe his wrist won't be messed up.
he's got a fiance that works at Kroger, so she's got I don't know. I feel like she's got to take care of that for him. That's why she actually Joe Burrow doesn't believe in his wife not having a career. It's interesting delineation to make between
Yeah,
him and
he lets
Harrison
her.
Butker.
He lets her bag
Lets her have a
groceries.
job. Yeah, lets her bag groceries. What a nice guy. I have watched that Harrison Butker speech like 4 or 5 times because of just the outrage that it has caused in both directions. I do not understand what the fuck he was thinking saying half of that shit
Why
on
was
a
that?
live mic.
Why was that a commencement speech?
Like, yeah, on a live mic, and it was the whole to the women in the crowd. Great job on the last 4 years. Now shut the fuck up and go clean your house and pump out some babies. Like,
Yeah.
who,
Hey,
who the fuck thinks
you
that's a good idea?
you've done a great job of earning this 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 accomplishment in your life. Now, please kindly bend over, get fucked, and get pregnant, get married, and be at home and keep the house clean. While
Hey
us men
guys,
do whatever we want.
hey guys, I know you're really excited about graduating college, but my wife told me she was more excited to have a kid. So fuck you guys, go home and have some kids. Like, I just, I just like I can't understand why somebody would stand in front of a microphone, know they're being recorded, and say this kind of shit.
Right.
It's just
Like, hey, he forgot to add the context of, oh, by the way, my wife has the benefit of I make $4 million a year kicking footballs.
I also don't know if you caught it, but he said, I met my wife in band class, so he's a
Middle
huge
school.
fucking dork.
In middle
In
school,
middle
he's known
s-
her
in
since he
middle
was like 11 or something.
But he's like, I met her in middle school band class. All right, you fucking dweeb. Number one, and then number two, he's like, I'm so glad that she decided to convert to the faith and, fucking like decide to not have a job and do what biblical times women were supposed to do. Like, I'm so glad that I found this woman willing to, give up all her freedom for my money. It's like, all right, like again, these are just things you don't say out loud. These are like
So,
drunk
it sounds
thoughts
like
that you should.
like a Saudi prince or something.
It sounds like he's like, hey, I found this this sex toy that can talk back to me, and have a decent conversation with me sometimes. I just that'll never. I need to understand like why the fuck he just thought that this was not going to cause a problem, and why he even felt the need to say half this shit out loud. And then again, a kicker talking about masculinity too. Like,
Yeah.
buddy, if somebody touches you when you fucking kick a 33-yard field goal, you're gonna roll around on the ground and act like you're dying. Like you're not masculine.
I
And
am
your hair's
yeah.
all spiked up and shit. Like
I am very excited for Taylor Swift's response to this. It's probably going to be a line in a song or something. It's going to be perfect.
Do you think she has the power now with the Chiefs to get him cut?
No. He's
I
a
mean,
good kicker.
is he though? He was a
Yes.
good kicker.
No, he
Now
was
he's
really
just.
good. He was really good last year.
I thought he was really good 2 years ago.
No, he was very, very good last year.
He's playing his career at football. Yeah, he's gonna run for office in some hillbilly town.
In Kansas, probably. Yeah.
No, but some Kansas. Okay, was that a real tweet? The Kansas City Twitter, like, said that. By the way, he doesn't live here, and they gave like his house, or not his house, but his town he lived in.
His town. Yeah. Yeah.
Was that real,
Yeah.
or was that somebody photoshopped that? That was pretty funny.
No, it was real.
By the way, we don't claim this guy that just won 3 Super Bowls with us. Gotta respect that level of petty from that intern. I'm sure that intern got fired shortly after, but
Oh yeah.
worth it.
All right, so let's get back to the schedule. I mean, we could talk about that fucking guy all day, but
Yeah.
and it's I mean, if people really knew how difficult it is to get Drew and me and fake Dr. Tom to all be in lockstep about something, and we were on this, and we are on this.
We would have been from the jump if I wasn't so fucking floored at the fact like those words came out of his mouth into a microphone. That's the
Right.
part that I can't get over. Is like he said that shit and it was just like he meant it. Like
It's
he went
insane.
like
It's crazy.
in
It's
2024. What are you doing,
so
man?
stupid,
Like what the
right?
fuck are you doing? I say
It's so stupid.
retard to like 75 people, and I'm like, yeah, this might cause some problems in my life if somebody found it. But like, that's nothing compared to what this moron
Ah,
did.
you got your disguise on. You
Yeah,
got those
nobody knows
glasses.
it's me.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So Bengals, we all agree. I mean, the Bengals, I think, lost enough. We already were better. They lost enough where I think,
T. Higgins holdout coming soon.
yep. I think we could see him get traded.
I'd like to see that. There's like that Trippy
They're
keeps
not.
popping
They are
on and
not
off.
gonna. They're not gonna pay him because they have to. They have to pay either him or Chase. If they don't pay either one, I mean, that
I
would be
just can't
fucking
believe
beautiful.
that noted insider Zim Hude told me 2 years ago that the T. Higgins deal was done, and it's still not done.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
So Bengals. Anybody have thoughts beyond that? I mean, I don't know. There's much more to say, right?
It's a division
No.
game. It is what it is.
Right.
Yeah. Like it should, division game. It's going to be close, but I think we beat we beat them.
Yeah. Okay. The next game is home against the Commanders, who I think we.
Next.
Well, and not just that, because of it would just be next, except for the way they behaved after that fucking preseason game last year.
Yeah, like that was their Super Bowl.
Right. Now that we're going to play them in a game that actually counts, we're going to, I think, score
42-13.
No, I think it's going to be like Miami, like 59-10.
I can see that
Assuming Jaden Daniels survives the first 4 weeks, that could also be his funeral.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have much of a team around him.
He does not do what Ice Cube said in Lottery Ticket. Protect yourself at all times.
He runs like Tyler Huntley. Runs exactly like Tyler Huntley. He's going to run into fucking Roquan and die.
Josh Allen too, but Josh Allen's big.
Yeah, I mean,
they all run fucking stupid.
If Jaden Daniels put on 40 pounds, he could run like Josh Allen does, but he doesn't. So, or he's not that big. So
it does offend. It does offend me when people are like, "Oh, he's Lamar Jackson 2.0."
He's
got
got.
Get the fuck out of here.
He has the same elusiveness, or he has the ability to have the same elusiveness. Like he can cut as quick as Lamar does. He's got that. Like that speed and just he's good at picking out a running lane, but he's just a fucking moron in the open field. He does not execute at Lamar Jackson's level, I guess is what I should say.
So that's where I'm like, that's where I get, it bothers me when people talk about elusive, like you can't become more elusive. That is a trait you're born with. That's like that's an instinctual thing. So like Lamar Jackson, the way that he is able to elude he's able to elude tacklers, and then even when he gets hit, the way he's able to elude big hits, he is in a category of his own. So when people are compared to him, they better be able to have that same kind of like spidey sense about the open field like he does. And I don't see that with Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels is super athletic. He can run the ball, and like you said, he can cut, and he's fast. So like I see him more like an RG3 than a
and
Lamar
we all
Jackson.
know how he fared in Washington. So.
Right. So I mean, and he's probably more shifty than RG3 was, but like RG3 couldn't avoid hits. That's the big problem. That's the reason that Lamar Jackson gets kind of pigeonholed by critics, that he's going to get hurt running, because they say, oh, mobile quarterbacks get hurt. Lamar Jackson doesn't put himself in positions to get hurt. He just doesn't.
No, he's smarter than that.
Right. So it just bothers me when that's the comparison people make. So I don't see it. I mean, I see aspects of the game that overlap, but that's where people they're like, oh yeah, Justin Fields and Lamar Jackson are both good runners of the football, but that's where that comparison ends.
Justin Fields' arm doesn't, command the same respect from the defense, and therefore doesn't create the same lanes that Lamar's did.
And even if Justin Fields were to, polish his game more as a passer, he's a much different passer than Lamar Jackson is.
Agreed.
So their game is different. They're both amazing athletes with the ball in their hands when they start running, but also different runners too, different styles of running. So I think Caleb Williams and Justin Fields are much closer style play. But I think Caleb Williams is more polished already than Justin Fields.
I like how you use style and polish in a sentence to talk about Caleb Williams. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but
it wasn't. But
I caught it.
It was.
You can pretend it was. Yeah, it fits.
Those two, though, I think are much closer. That's a better comp than just because
Caleb Williams is Kyler Murray. That's not a fucking elf.
That's really that's also what Justin Fields kind of is too. So
he doesn't. Justin Fields doesn't have that same level of arm talent that those two have, but close enough.
He has it, but he doesn't have the decision making and yeah. So like he could get there. He has, you know what I'm saying. So like Caleb Williams
Justin Fields needs a coach to tell him what to do, and Kyler Murray and Caleb Williams are more like they need a broken play. They're more like Johnny Manziel in that
right.
Aspect.
As passers, they're already better than Fields. Kyler Murray is better than Caleb Williams right now because he's obviously been in the NFL, but he's also 7 inches shorter than him. So that's a problem. All right, next game, Commanders game. We all agree
we're gonna Monday Night Football.
Yeah, that one. I don't know. I feel like that could be fun.
I'll ask this. I'm curious what y'all think. Who's going to be better this year at quarterback? Baker or Bryce Young?
Baker.
I think Bryce Young. I don't know if he's going to be good, but I don't think Baker's going to be good.
You think Baker's going to fall back off?
Oh, yeah. Dude, that coach, Dave Canales, he leaves to go be the head coach for the fucking Panthers. Before last year, he was fucking Geno Smith's quarterback coach. Coached him up to a career year. He leaves. Geno Smith kind of goes back to being mid, like not terrible, but not good.
Interesting.
And then Baker has a career fucking year under Dave Canales.
He now leaves did his homework here, huh?
Dude, that's the dude, man. Dave Canales.
Imagine if you and I didn't drink the amount of time we'd have to research this kind of shit.
Right?
He's a
good coach.
All right. You know what?
I'm still taking Baker only because Bryce Young is playing behind an offensive line that is like you'd be better off throwing 5 blocking dummies out there. And
that's
so
also
I just
true.
feel like Bryce Young is just going to get killed. And it's not really I think Baker Mayfield's going to be great. It's more that I just think he's going to have
he'll be
more
less
time
terrible.
In the pocket. Yeah, less terrible. Exactly.
Baker looked really good last year. Just to be fair, he did look really good.
He did.
He
absolutely did. I think he's going to fall off.
If I was projecting where they'd finish in terms of like, if you were to rank all 32 QBs after the season, like Baker's going to be 12 to 20 guy, and Bryce Young's going to be like a 21 to 25 guy. So I'm not saying that Baker's going to be significantly better than him. He's just going to be a little bit better than him.
Then it appears with his career, he's kind of an every other year quarterback.
If he's 12 and Bryce Young's 25, that would be a lot better.
I don't know what's really the difference between like the 12th and the 25th quarterback. They're not good enough to win you a lot of games. Is really what that boils down to.
I guess, but I mean,
I don't know. I think Brock Purdy's around the 12 to 15 range. He can win
but a lot of people are going to say he's like a top 5, top 7. Which is
Brock
bullshit.
Purdy's better than Joe Burrow.
People in Sacramento and the Bay Area will say Brock Purdy is Jesus Christ.
Better than Joe Burrow.
They need to calm the fuck down. They also say better than Josh Allen.
Better than Josh Allen. Better than Justin Herbert.
Not better than
They'll say
Jake
better.
Browning.
Not better than who?
Hey,
Jake
he
Browning.
is from. He's actually from Folsom, the Sacramento area. Fun fact. 6 degrees of California with Jake.
Jake Browning, who should be the Bengals starting quarterback.
Yes,
Oh, I was like, I know that name, and I can't think of why.
actually, Jake Browning should be starting for another team because
I could
nobody
tell
from this
Drew's
area
face-
should
Drew
be
was like-
subjugated to incest and chili spaghetti.
Drew's face was like, yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I could tell he was like, I don't know who the fuck that is.
No, I knew the name, and I'm like, why do I know the name? What inside joke am I missing here? And then I figured it out.
All right, so Bucks game. I mean,
Win.
if we can get Baker to be Cleveland Baker, then that's, I mean, we can embarrass them on national television. The theme here is I would love for us to play these games, these national television games, like
Like we did last year.
Yeah, the Dallas game, by the way, is a 4:25 game, which is going to be the like Fox.
Is it on Fox?
national
Tom
game of the
Brady
year.
and Kevin Bernhardt.
God.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Damn it.
Yes,
I don't
Tom
wanna
Brady
hear
and
Tom
Kevin
Brady.
Burkhardt.
So it is going
you're
to
going
be a national game, but it's, I mean, so that's one where, like, hopefully it's not one where we lay an egg, but so going to Monday Night Football when we know where it's an unopposed primetime game. Is Trippy dead? What's happening?
He's here. I think. I know he texted us. I can't read it, but
He said, "Oh my God, this motherfucker he want to do. I'm ready to go."
They might be able to hear us.
Maybe.
unlikely.
All right, so I mean, I would love to see, because nationally there's this weird thing around this team and around Lamar.
Oh,
About
can we
not-
talk about that? You just sparked my memory that people it's that time of year where people freak out over people making factual statements about the Ravens having turnover and things being different. And so then they take this as some kind of massive slight on the Ravens.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
to be fair, like there are like Chris Sims is making these like ridiculous statements about the turnover that is like.
But he made
clearly,
that the day after Emmanuel Acho went on television and said the Ravens lost, Clowney, Queen, Stone, their defensive coordinator, and I don't expect their defense to be number one in the league anymore. And everyone lost their fucking mind.
Well,
that's correct.
I just want to point out that the only reason you're sticking up for Acho is because you and him are little DM buddies.
But he's also right. I mean, as a national media member, you can't look at the Baltimore Ravens and say they're going to step into next year and not miss a beat. Otherwise, you'd be a fucking idiot. You wouldn't be doing your job at that point. So, and also he was the first one to fall on the sword when he was wrong. So I respect that. That he,
Whoa!
was basically like,
whoa! That took years, though.
No, it took like a week.
No. I called him out in the past years ago.
Yeah, but you're an asshole.
Oh, I'm an asshole.
Yeah.
Well, what the fuck does that make you? Look at you.
He fell on the sword to me a week later. I'm just saying. Some of us have, social skills and ways with people, and some of us don't. I'm just born, with more talents in that than you are, I guess. I mean, he came out and said right away when because he was the the pioneer of that. Lamar's not the MVP, blah blah blah, and then Lamar came out and shoved it down somebody's throat, and I was like, "What do you have to say now, Acho?" And he's just like, "Yep, I was wrong," and moved on with his life. So I don't know.
I mean, it must have been when he played Brock Purdy and beat the shit out of Brock Purdy, right?
No, because that was that dipshit who got rid of her Twitter account.
Oh yeah.
Baloney.
The radio lady.
Yeah.
From LA.
Quarterbacky.
Yeah.
Quarterbacky. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Apparently, yeah.
But so see, this is what so Mike says, Chris Sims and Acho are haters before they're impartial. But I would say that if you don't point out that the Ravens had a lot of turnover, and I would say losing Mike McDonald is a pretty key loss defensively. Like, if
Yeah.
you don't point that out, then you're a homer and you're
Yeah,
being
yeah, yeah,
biased in
yeah,
the other
yeah.
direction.
But
So
like Chris Sims said, like the Ravens lost their entire secondary, and like what he said is not true.
don't him and Todd McShay have like matching tattoos and he's missing part of his liver or something too? Like, Chris Sims is a
Yeah, I'm
brain
not
dead
sure.
retard. Like, we
I
know
don't know.
that.
Chris
Like,
Sims probably still mad about getting beat up in 2006.
Yeah, didn't he ruptured his spleen or something because he hold on to the ball too long in the pocket?
Yeah.
Chris Sims
Yep.
is one of these, my dad was Phil Sims, and so I'm supposed to come in the NFL and be really fucking good, and then he wasn't good, and so now when quarterbacks come in with high expectations and exceed them, he's like, oh, this guy sucks. Fuck him. He's a hater. Acho is just being like, you can't go on television and be like, hey, the Ravens have a really good defense every year. They lost all these guys, but I trust they're going to have a really good defense. It's fucking boring. Nobody's going to watch that shit.
No.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I understand what you're saying, and so I think people are conflating the two things. But what Chris Sims said is dumb and deserves people to be mad at what he said. What Acho said, if it's that simple, then fine. I
It was
wish
a
though.
poorly framed argument by him, I would
I
say,
wish,
by
yeah,
Acho.
I wish he, but if he stopped there and didn't acknowledge that the Ravens drafted two really good quarterbacks, that the Ravens, um, you know, what else have we done? We extended Justin Madubuike. That like it's the sky is not falling on the
You
defensive side.
And I don't think at least I didn't take it to be that, he said the sky was falling. He just said they're not the same defense they were last year, which is accurate.
Right.
Factually correct.
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't listened to his statement, and I also wouldn't base my reaction on like a written quote of it. I'd want to actually see a video of it. But
And yeah, be careful which video you watch because there are some carefully edited ones out there that kind of pull out some of the context that
well,
matters.
and generally the way he speaks bothers me. So I would definitely have to see one without any cuts in it.
That's fair,
So
because he made a comment at one point that they're like not the same threat to the Chiefs that they were last year, and
yes.
so that's what people
Well,
ran with.
okay. So I saw a headline that said that the Ravens are not a threat to the Chiefs.
He basically said that if you looked at them going to the AFC Championship game, they were the number one defense in the league, so they were a threat to the Chiefs. And that now that you can't pencil them in as the number one, defense in the league, they're not the same threat to the Chiefs that they
All
were
right.
last year,
I mean
which is fair.
it's a fair statement to make now
Yeah,
in May.
right, exactly. If he says that in week 16 and we're the number one ranked defense, then by all means, you should. I would be first in line jumping down his throat. But in May, I don't really care.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a fair statement to make based on what we know right now. It's fine.
Yeah,
And
we don't know shit. This is all
and the
make
off
believe.
season is not complete because like we still haven't there's still free agents out there. There's still trades that could be made. It's June 1st hasn't even come and gone. So
Yeah, I don't know if you read. Ravens are going to be, key players in the June 1st market. Also, breaking news: the sun's going to come up tomorrow morning. In case you guys were wondering.
right.
No fucking shit.
I don't fucking believe you.
Yeah.
We're in
exactly.
Alaska. 30 days of night.
All right. So Tampa Bay, we all agree if we get 2023 Baker, could be a really interesting game. If we get previous, Cleveland Baker, which Jake has posited a very sound argument in favor of that happening, which I'm here for it. I like it. If that happens, great. Then I think we stomp the shit out of them on Monday Night Football.
I just like that Trippy
Agreed.
keeps popping in and out, and we see him come back and smile at us, and then continue with whatever the fuck he's got going
What
on
are
in the
you
background.
watching? A movie?
I wonder if he knows he's muted.
You on mute, homie.
Does he even know he's in here? This is the things that I wonder.
Oh, shit.
Trippy.
Gotta unmute yourself, player.
Trippy, text us if you need help. Yep. I'm
All
concerned.
aboard the struggle bus. Population, you.
I wonder if he has any idea that he's even in here right now. Like, does he keep joining by accident?
I don't know.
Baby.
All right.
Is this
So
a cry for help?
Week 8.
All
It's
right.
at the Browns, right?
Yeah, ironically, the next game is against the Browns. Fuck the Browns.
Motherfuck the Browns.
Is it Tyler Huntley under center? Is it Jameis Winston under center? Like, who's their quarterback that game?
Is Tyler Huntley going to be their like emergency third quarterback?
That's
Is
the
Deshaun
question.
Watson going to make their roster? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
They'll make their roster.
They
have too much. Too much money.
I think his dead cap hit would be like $128 million or something crazy.
The way that they seem to be operating is that they are trying to figure out a way to get rid of him.
Oh yeah,
it's
100%. Because not restructuring him is telling you everything you need to know, because they could restructure and push that out, but like they would be fucked if they did.
And so, like, I felt like, Flacco was their, feel-good story or whatever, that they could have probably convinced their fan base that eating $100 million in dead cap was the right move if they held on to Flacco. They didn't do that. But then they went out and signed 2 guys that have starting experience, that have won games and run heavy offenses. So,
hey, put the most recent comment. Put that one up on the screen.
I'm just wondering, like, do we contact the FBI? Like, what do we do here?
Oh, shit.
Trippy, bark twice if you're in Milwaukee. That was a great movie reference that nobody seemed to understand.
I got it.
Disgusting.
I got it.
Good. When Will Ferrell was actually funny. People forget that he used to be actually a funny person. I think we kicked the shit out of the Browns, though, this year. Again, it's going to come down to Myles Garrett. Like, do we contain Myles Garrett?
Yeah. So what it comes down to is Ronnie Stanley. How bad you want those incentives, buddy? Because
Nick Chubb is your leg in one piece.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
True. He's gonna have to go through Michael Pierce and Justin Madubuike. So.
Well, and just like, again, if you look at a lot of running backs who come back from those kind of major knee injuries, their first 6 to 10 games, they're not quite the same guy. Right. And then they kind of snap out of it and go off. So, like, you're in that range of, maybe we're getting a 75% Chubb, which is not going to do well. But if we get 100% Chubb, like, he's fucking good. So.
What is happening with Trippy? Trippy looks like he's, like, trapped inside the phone, and he's trying to get out.
Yeah, he's in that movie.
Oh shit!
That Key and Peele movie.
That Jordan Peele movie.
I wonder if I have the ability to unmute Trippy.
No, I think when he
signed that is
there he is.
I'm struggling.
Oh, there he is.
You're struggling because your camera's going like fucking all over the place.
No, it's too much music in the background. That's why I wasn't really talking.
That makes sense.
Just every once in a while,
I ain't want to fuck the audio.
And then you robots.
Oh,
that was fucking awesome.
Damn it!
I don't think you could have planned that better.
That was so good. Yo, where's that blonde chick? Oh, there she is.
Man's busy. Let him work.
Hey, man, you do any of your business, player. Ain't no thing. But still.
All right.
So
Myles Garrett, he's going to be introducing himself to Rosengarten and then whoever the left guard is, because they kind of use him in that way. He'll line up against Ronnie sometimes, and if he's bad, he'll stay lined up against Ronnie. But if he's not bad, they'll basically find the weakest link.
He'll stay lined up against Ronnie. Thanks. We covered that.
Well,
that
Ricard's going to be busy that day.
Yeah, he will be. Put him to work.
I think we split. I think we split with the Browns this year. And I don't know
Okay.
which
Man,
game
we
we lose,
ain't
which game we
splitting with
win. But
nobody. We keeping the whole North, man. You talking about split? That shit don't even sound
17
right.
and 0. 17
That
and 0,
man's
Trippy.
talking.
Well,
No,
I
that
ain't gonna
man's
say.
talking 20-0.
I ain't gonna say
Win
17 and
all
0,
17 regular season games, all 3 playoff games, take home the bowl.
Oh, Mike. Mike's cracking me up with these comments, man. See, Mike needs to be in here in case Cold Crush shows up to push
no,
Cold
you
Crush
don't need
off the
no,
screen.
man. Handle your own white man. Let me text Cold Crush to tell him come in here real quick.
I swear to
And
God,
I'm gonna have Mike handle Cold Crush. Mike's my guy.
Will wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning in cold sweats, just thinking about Cold Crush comments right before we stream. It's like,
Where's Naldo out? Where's Naldo at?
He was here earlier.
Was that Naldo?
Talking. Yeah.
Naldo trying to go get that honey nut, yo.
All right. Next game is the Broncos. What do we think about the Broncos this year?
I'm gonna kick the fucking shit out of them.
Yeah.
Bo Nix is gonna be selling insurance by 2027.
I know Audric Estimate is probably going to put up 100 on us, but other than that,
I run faster than Audric Estimate. I'm not too worried about it.
Not anymore. You don't.
I got one functioning leg right now, and I promise you, I could beat him in a foot race. Man, slow as shit.
Who are you? That fucking Canadian guy who challenged me to a fucking foot race?
I could challenge Audric Estimate to a foot race, but I don't want to embarrass him.
Remember that guy?
Yeah. I can't remember his Twitter app, but yeah, that was great.
I have his face saved in my phone. I saw it earlier when I was scrolling through his screenshots.
Him and that guy that tweeted me that he was like a 3-sport varsity athlete, and then the Nats fan who told you he was 6'5" and could put you in a pretzel, even though he plays chess. We gotta get all 3 of them in a place together and have them do
Nats
some kind
is like
of athletic.
72 years old. He's like my mom.
Right, but like you got him versus the Canadian guy versus the 3-sport high school athlete. Like I don't know who wins that matchup.
We should tell them all that I am all of them, and they'll all fight each other.
That could work. I mean, that Talk Nats guy is a fucking moron. So
yeah. Okay.
Then
so Broncos. Is anyone scared of them? They don't have a quarterback. I mean,
no.
It's pure dysfunction there.
Yeah, Sean Payton's overrated.
Hopefully, we have their best wide receiver by the time they show up here.
Unlikely.
Perhaps that'll be the week I traverse across the coast.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps. I mean, I'm open to whatever.
Hold on. You cannot make a voyage to see a Broncos game.
I was thinking of that same thing.
Can't do that.
The last time this happened,
that's fair.
Drew was here, and Cole was here, and
we won't do that.
It was a bad situation. Now, a few days later, Thursday, we host the Bengals. Now, this is a big one. Week 10, so we're at
Thursday
the midpoint.
Night.
Yeah, midpoint primetime game.
What asshole keeps making these Thursday night games in Baltimore? Like I don't want to go to fucking Baltimore on a Thursday night. Who wants to do that?
Right?
Make that a fucking Sunday night game. The fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
But regardless,
do you get Veterans Day off?
I don't want to answer that question because if I don't get Veterans Day off, then I'm going to get accused of hating the troops. So.
Well, I mean, you're not the boss.
I don't remember if I do or not, to be honest.
All right. Well, if
I
you do,
don't.
That is Veterans Day weekend, so maybe you can make a long weekend out of it.
Yeah, but again, it's just more like I can't go out and get wasted at pickles on Wednesday night.
You know what else?
What else?
That's election week. It's going to be
shit.
It's going to be a real calm week around here.
I got to stay home and vote. It's important.
You got to vote, and
fate of America is in my hands.
And then you got to watch Giant douche and turd sandwich. It's the ritual every election day, man.
Yeah, but look, like if you don't go out and vote, then like the world's gonna end. They might send somebody in under your name to go steal your vote, and then bad things happen in this country.
Yep. All right.
And
So
then after Puffy goes on and buys his boy a coat,
Yeah,
he'll come over with his posse and then try to shoot you.
Nope. You have to block the vote or die campaign out of your head. That never happened.
Hey, I'm saying
No,
that's
he's
what he's
canceled.
gonna do because he's a creep.
He's canceled. He's canceled. Can't do it.
Yeah,
all those
Cancel.
votes don't count.
there you go.
Yeah.
That's right.
All those votes that people voted because they thought, P. Diddy was going to come kill him don't count anymore. We have to set back the clock to, what was that, like 2008? I think that South Park episode came out.
2004.
2004. Yep.
It's fucking
right,
20 years old now.
Yep. We're resetting the world. Last 20 years never happened because of that
All right,
campaign.
There you go.
So what do we think about this game, though?
Again, the Broncos don't scare me. They have nothing.
No. We're talking about.
No, we're talking about the Bengals. Thursday
Bengals,
night.
sorry.
Prime time.
It's tough for a road team to win on Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
So all things considered, and given Lamar Jackson's record against the Bengals,
I haven't
picking
looked
against
into
them.
what are the Bengals doing the week before.
that I haven't seen. I know we don't play anybody coming off a bye. I know we don't play anyone coming off a bye.
I want to see who they're playing, though. Hold on. They're playing the Raiders.
So
they're playing the Raiders.
We were confident in our early matchup against them, and I feel like we're the team that's going to improve more later in the season as compared to the Bengals. Like they are who they are, whereas we're going to have younger guys like Trenton Simpson and Wiggins and maybe Tampa and Walker and God knows who we sign on June 1st. But like, I feel like our defense and our offense will be better in week 10 than they were earlier in the year.
Right.
So I just don't think the Bengals have much of a chance there. If they're going to beat us, it's going to be the earlier game.
Yep, I agree.
So I'm pretty confident in that game.
And we're gonna know more about Joe Burrow and his potentially chronically injured wrist by then.
Okay, so I'm currently suffering from a knee ailment. Right now my knee feels fine. If I went and walked up and down my stairs 30 times, my knee would be fucking killing me and I wouldn't be able to walk. Like,
right.
The more he's going to use that wrist,
that's
the
my
more.
whole point. Yeah, that's my whole point.
So by week 10, he's going to have 300 throws under his belt at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's probably when there's going to be issues that start popping up with it. So.
Right. That's exactly what my point was. So yeah, I mean, whether he can make throws right now doesn't really matter to me because those throws are, under perfect conditions. They don't mean anything. So
they only matter to me now that it means that he's got enough wrist mobility to physically make that throw.
Right.
Well, I
never thought that his career was over, but I want to see him.
Well, there's some guy on Twitter who says his career's over. He keeps getting quote tweeted to death.
Frashella, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, no, I saw him, but I do want to see how it affects him as a quarterback over the course of a season moving forward. I just want to see if it changes anything about his mechanics, and just it could be that it affects him on a every throw basis. It could come out different. It could come out slower or with less velocity, or like his delivery could be a little bit different, or just there's so many different things that could come as a result of the wrist being limited in its mobility.
No, that's fair.
And it's not going to necessarily show up on a video highlighting that he can throw the ball.
However, his wrist is right now, it will be worse by that point.
Oh, 100%.
Just by logical standpoint.
Right. Exactly. Like as an adult, when I used to play like recreational sports, I would always be in some position where I was throwing the ball a lot. And, by the middle of the season, my fucking arm hurt. It's just, you use it. If you're using it a lot, it's,
Throwing is not a natural motion.
No, it's not. Right. So,
unless you play softball, that's a natural motion. But
right.
Joe Burrow might be built for men's softball.
Maybe he could be the pitcher for sure.
Yeah.
Shout out Big Dog Dad. Big Dog Dad.
I think he's more of a catcher in life, but
he's the bottom.
Yeah.
All right.
That'd be my thought.
Next game. Hold up. Next game is the
Is it
Steelers.
Chargers? No, it is Pittsburgh. Okay. At Pittsburgh.
I don't know
Patrick
what to
Queen
make of the
Revenge Week.
Steelers. I don't know what to make of the fucking Steelers, and it's on the road. So if we were going to drop,
Lamar struggles there.
Yep.
They have
Here's
two
the thing.
quarterbacks that might be really good or might be really bad.
yes,
So-
exactly. There's a lot of question marks.
Which quarterback are they
irrelevant
playing?
still.
Are the
And I say,
is it irrelevant?
what was it? Lamar Jackson hasn't beaten the Steelers since the decade changed.
Yeah,
The last quarterback to beat the Steelers was Tyler Huntley.
yeah, when he sat out.
Regardless, it's going to be a nail biter and a fucked up, ugly ass game. It always is with those pieces of shit.
Yeah, that's a game that I have. I don't want to call it like I have it scheduled for a loss, but like if I had to, gun to my head, I had to pick 3 games we were going to lose. That would be one of them that I would
Pencil it in.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. Unfortunately, I agree.
Yeah. Just, I mean, if you're going to drop a division game, that's probably going to be like if you had to, if it was like, okay, we're going to go 5-1 in the division, the one game I would say, all right, the one I know we'll lose is the road game in Pittsburgh. That's it.
Yeah.
And then the second most likely would be the road game in Cincy, and the third most likely would be the road game in Cleveland because, again, road divisional games are hard to win.
Yep.
And that's just
Yes,
like
they are.
No, we not losing the Cincy week 5. Fuck that. We ain't losing.
Honestly, I the Browns
Probably
are
not,
kind of a
but
tougher matchup just
Probably
because
not, but, like-
defensively their corners can match up with anybody.
that's fair, but like again, it's a road divisional game. Like I'm not saying that we're going to lose it. Just like if we lost, I wouldn't
No.
be like, oh shit, we suck.
It'd be the most likely one
Yeah.
if you have to pick. Yeah, makes sense.
So we are better than the Steelers. We should beat the Steelers.
What's
every
the
time we play
Steelers'
them.
record at that point of the year?
I don't know when their bye is, but either
6-4,
6-4.
maybe 5-5.
5-5, we lose. If they're 6-4, we win.
I was going to say they might be 7-3.
Then we still have a good chance to win. They're
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
finish, 9-8 or 10-7. again.
Yeah. Right. They level
It's
out.
inevitable.
but- Yeah. And 7-3 is one of those like misleading. It sounds like a really good record. It's not that great of a record.
It's a you're in a good spot to
Yeah.
finish off the season.
Yeah, exactly right. So like when you're there, if you keep going, you're great, but you can easily fall off and you could end up with a losing record there. So okay. So Pittsburgh, we all agree is like it's almost like a trap game. Like we all you should win it, but easily could be lost. All right. Chargers Monday Night Football.
We win by 78 points.
You think we're
I can't pick against Big Brother against Little Brother.
No, yeah, you
There's
think
too much motivation to win that game.
And no one's turning the lights out this time, right?
Yeah,
Well,
they're
that was
they're
Nollins.
they're not going to come save Jim. At that point, the 23 Chargers fans that exist will be looking to murder Greg Roman. J.K. Dobbins will have done irreparable damage to that locker room. They'll have no wide receivers that are any good. Justin Herbert will be crying to the media about how they hate him and they won't support him. It's just that's a game that we're gonna go in there and just fucking ruin them.
Kyle Hamilton's gonna have like 4.
I gotta take an issue with one thing you said though, Drew.
What?
No one's gonna go out there and murder Greg Roman because Chargers fans are not real. Chargers fans and birds are not real. They don't exist.
There are at least 25 people in the world that are real human beings that'll probably claim they're Chargers fans. They're probably
getting
all
paid
white.
by-
They're probably all white supremacists, and they want Justin Herbert to be really good. But
They're getting paid by Dean Spanos. That's all it is. They're getting paid
by
that
birds.
Spanos money.
they at one
yeah,
point in their
yeah.
life worked for USA Today and tweeted that what the NFL stands for had an N-word in it, and now they really like the Chargers and they want them to win that game. Those are going to be the people who want to kill Greg Roman. So.
She's getting that racist
And then
Dean
life will
Spanos
come.
money.
Then life will come full circle because she'll tweet death threats to Greg Roman that I can report to the Massachusetts State Police.
There you go.
Then we'll all be
right,
in good
Mike.
shape there.
Mike's got a good comment.
I want to win and sun on
Yep,
PQ.
agreed.
I don't care about. Hey, we are a pro PQ podcast still after his dismantling of Calvin.
Oh,
Yes.
gargling PQ's nuts.
Nope.
Big PQ guy.
I gotta give that guy the same energy as I give Mr. Pickens. You wear the black and yellow, you're a fucking cunt.
I agree.
The Rooney family of cunts.
But he hasn't officially put on the black and yellow yet for like a game.
Oh,
so I
Jesus
can still.
Christ! You're being. I was about to.
Yeah.
I was about to cancel myself right here live on Twitter.
No, say it.
Not
say
gonna
it,
happen
say
today.
It.
No,
Pussy. Say it. Say it.
not gonna happen.
Pussy.
Not gonna happen. I almost slipped up there. All right, so moving on.
What
game.
You weren't about to say my favorite corn song, right, Will?
No. So
Okay.
moving on. The next game is, I think, the most interesting game on the schedule.
Home to Philly.
Yep. Philly home game at 4:25. I love a home 4:25 game. I love it.
Well, Howie Rose will be in the building.
I actually might go to this game.
Well, there you go.
So maybe
In Pittsburgh?
Philly. No, it's here. It's in
here.
It's
I
in Baltimore.
ain't going to the Pittsburgh game. I already told y'all why I ain't.
No.
We're not talking about Pittsburgh, motherfucker.
I mean,
home against the Eagles.
My bad. I'm not going to the Philly game.
Why not?
Remember the message I sent you? Somebody said they're going to beat me up.
We'll all go and then we'll beat them up.
I'll be there with you.
Hey, bro, let me ask y'all. Hold on. Let me step back here because the music's too loud, right? I ain't going to lie, yo. I be sick of these dumbass fans want to entertain shit, right? I'm going to be real with you. If you think you coming to M&T Bank and you gonna hit me in my mouth and you think you just gonna leave out that stadium just good, it is what it is. Then you had that dumbass girl talking about thank you, like you're corny. You feel me?
They'll leave in a black plastic bag. It's fine.
Yeah, man.
Trip, don't worry about all that.
Oh, I'm not. You see that? Oh, no, man, I can't do it because we recording that, man.
Shit.
Don't worry. That might have to be the Zone 30. Trippy's got a knife.
There you go.
That was like the O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
Remember when O.J. Simpson?
Be careful, Trippy. Be careful. Bob's gonna start dating you
how
now.
many rushing attempts our running backs had?
6.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah. Now to segue back into the game. There's really only one thing I buy in with the Eagles, and that's Vic Fangio coaching their defense, because he can do good things with that because he's a good defensive coordinator. He's an old man who yells at clouds, but just relegated to that role when he's in a place where he wants to be, he can do good things with them. I'll still pick them to lose because the Eagles don't travel.
He better hope the Ravens don't have some kind of record they're going for that game, because I promise you, John Harbaugh will make sure. We'll make sure we get that record.
Shit on him.
Yeah.
Hold on, man.
Shit on him.
Vic Fangio he was the DC for Miami last
Broncos.
year, right?
Trip, what the fuck? Are you laying on somebody's bed?
No, I'm on the wall.
Oh, all right.
To my understanding, at least the word on the street,
I'm ready to go, bro.
he didn't want to be in Miami. He wanted to go to Philly, and the Eagles, I guess he couldn't go to the Eagles, so he took the Dolphins job and said, all right, I'll take this paycheck.
Right, last year,
and then
right?
Leave.
Yeah.
So,
he took the Dolphins job because he couldn't get the Eagles job.
Right, because I realized him and Hobbs got a little beef from that. Remember when we was trying to get the little Russian thing?
The clouds, fucking Abe Simpson. Yeah.
Yep. So we're gonna. I like our odds against the Eagles.
It's gonna. I think this is gonna be. You know, you talk about these games and get these like tweets afterwards about highest, like most watched game. This is gonna be one of those games. So we have 2 games on the schedule that are gonna be Fox game of the week. This is one of them. The other one's that Dallas game week 3. This is going to be, I think, the most watched game on Fox all season.
I may actually want to go to that game.
Hey, somebody put a fucking pin on this one. Bookmark this. I'm telling you right now, this is going to be the most watched game on Fox all season.
Watch like we, 2 minutes into the game, we're up like 30, 21-0, and everybody tunes out. It's not
Yeah,
not
right.
highly watched.
Well, but it's going to get a huge fucking rating. People are going to go bananas for this game.
Eagles don't scare me because Jalen Hurts is just not that guy. He's fine.
Stealing my takes.
No, I believe you and I were in lockstep that I don't know if Jalen Hurts has ever been the best quarterback on the team that he's been on.
He has been in the past couple years, but
has he really though? Because he had Gardner Minshew behind him at one point. Who was his backup last year?
Well, 2 years ago, did he have Gardner Minshew?
I think it was 2 years ago. It was Gardner Minshew, who, if they had acquired him 2 weeks earlier, would have been the starting quarterback of that team.
Right. I think that was 3 years ago.
All right, so then
2 years ago, yeah. I think 2 years ago, I'm not sure who it was, and then last year, I have no fucking idea who it was.
Right, so that works in our favor because you don't know who it was, so maybe they are better. Maybe it was a Tom Brady sitting on the bench behind Jalen Hurts. We just don't know. Mariota.
Mariota. Yep, Mariota's definitely not better than him.
Definitely is better.
Hey, yo, I was called the podcast bitch today. How y'all feel about that?
By who?
This person right here, and we live too. She called. I said, "Look, I gotta be on my podcast with my guy." She said, "Oh, use the pussy. I mean, not pussy. Use the podcast, bitch." That's just crazy, eh?
We only got talking.
Hey, can you let her know to go focus on making a family instead of telling you how to live your life?
Tell her to be a homemaker and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, tell her to be a homemaker. That's what Harrison Butker said. So he won 3 Super Bowls. He's got a lot of rings. It means his opinion matters. I got sidetracked now.
She gave you the thumbs up.
Yeah, that's right. She's smart.
She's smart.
Sure. She heard the accent. She's like, yeah, I don't want to fuck with
Gardner Minshew was on that team 2 years ago when they went to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Right. So then last year was Mariota, who is better than Jalen Hurts.
I don't know about that.
Mariota at his best is better than Jalen Hurts. I don't know if he's ever going to be at his best again, but.
Oh, my bad. I want to say, I know this is a Ravens podcast, but I just want to say, man, hey, Will, I finally broke the streak tonight, man.
You did. See, it needed that. That jersey, you know what? And that jersey, I gave Trippy that jersey. I've never worn that jersey. I bought that at a yard sale for like $1. And I think what Trippy was doing was he was getting the nasty, the demons out of it.
Yeah, because listening to you last week, I wasn't going to win. And you was like, yeah, go ahead and give it another try. And I said, yo, when we started...
That was me.
No, he texted me personally afterwards. After that.
Oh, yeah,
I said, I think you should wear it.
To be honest, I was telling you to keep wearing it because I was hoping the Orioles kept losing. But
I know you were, but I even said that to him. I said Drew's trolling you, but I said I think you should keep wearing it until you break the streak.
Well, it's broke now, and the owner came through. I ain't gonna lie, yo, he the dopest owner ever, man. Now I gotta meet my man Steve Bisciotti. So Eric, Lacey, if you listen to this,
Bisciotti. If you see him, I need you to tell him to just say his name into the camera for you. We can solve this debate once and for all.
Nah, because you'll just say that was doctored. That wasn't real.
All right, hold up. We're running real.
That was AI making that video. We are.
We gotta get this. Okay, so the bye week is next. I think
bye week.
We're good. Okay, then we got 1:00 against the Giants. Giants suck.
Win.
Yeah. Then okay.
Brian Daboll's fired by then.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bill Belichick's their head coach.
Probably.
Yep.
That which could change things. Who knows? Tom Brady might.
Not at that point.
Tom Brady might be the fucking quarterback.
He's going to be too busy worrying about his kids, that he makes out with how sad they are about roast jokes from Jeff Ross.
That's right.
So the following week is home on a Saturday, 4:30 p.m.
against Pittsburgh.
The Steelers.
I think we'll split. I think we'll get them back at M&T.
This is must win.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck what our record is. It's must win at home on a Saturday at 4:30 against Pittsburgh. That's a
Agreed.
primetime game. Primetime game, basically.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is.
Sold.
Yep.
All right. Texans on Christmas Day.
Loss.
When you know
Huge.
how we is on Christmas, we give out Christmas presents. We steal people
That's
presents. We like the Grinch
That's a
on
tou- that's
Christmas.
That's
The
a tough
Grinch.
ask.
The Grinch.
You
The
just get
Grinch.
down. You just finish up a physical battle with the Steelers on a Saturday. Now you're asking them to heal up, get ready to go play Houston after you've already gotten the shit beat out of you physically.
I feel like the same exact thing happened though this past year. We came off a really like a tough game, and we're going to play against the 49ers on Christmas.
We beat the shit out of the Jaguars. What do you mean?
The
That was enough.
expectation was the Jaguars were going to give us a run for our money, and even coming out of the game was, okay, we beat the shit out of the Jaguars, but now we're going into this game against the 49ers, and it's like,
In that Jaguars game, if I
Yeah,
remember,
that pervasive thought was fully fucking retarded.
we're playing with house money now.
We all knew that.
Right?
where do you get off using my word, Jake? Fuck.
Hey, first
Give me
off,
permission.
you don't own that in the English language, motherfucker. Second,
sorry?
fuck you,
Fuck you,
musty bitch.
No, but we're gonna fuck the Texans up. Like we're gonna hand them 40-point loss for
All right.
Christmas.
I am not. So I am the outside of people who are Texans fans. I think we can all attest to this. I called the Texans' ascent into the like upper level of the AFC before it happened last year.
Year two suck-eye regression for CJ Stroud. We're gonna beat him by 49-0.
So I'm not calling a regression, and I'm not wishing this on him, but I am regretfully predicting that he is going to get catastrophically injured.
Nope, he's gonna have his ego catastrophically injured because that's what happens to suck-eyes in the NFL after they have a little bit of success.
Listen, he's really hard to dislike. Guy's awesome on camera. Like every time I ask a question, like he's got a fucking great answer. And it's
how easy it is to dislike him? I don't like him. So there we go.
Well, but that's just because you're a bitch ass fucking Michigan guy.
Or it's because
not because he's a Satanist. Because fucking what's his face always thanks the Lord Jesus Christ before his press conferences. Drew hates that because he worships the other being.
I mean, Jesus couldn't save him from losing to Michigan all the time. So.
Drew's favorite scene in There Will Be Blood was the scene where Eli was saying, "I am a false prophet. God is a superstition." Got you off.
One of my favorite scenes involves somebody murdering multiple people during a baptism. So
that's fair.
Will wouldn't know anything about that.
Sounds like a Godfather scene.
Yep. They actually copied it. They actually copied it in Breaking Bad, but you wouldn't have known that because you have no pop culture knowledge. It's fine.
Nope. Greatest monster movie ever made, bar none.
Okay, so it sounds like we're a little split on this Texans game.
Yes.
We're going to fucking ruin them.
I hope you're right. I just don't
so
expect it.
I have a lot of respect for the Texans in their current form and what they have, how they've gotten there. At the same time, I have no respect for the Texans as an organization and
no, not at all.
So we are going to kill them, just like we did in the playoffs.
Inmates are going to run the asylum that day. Mr. McNair.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plus, his name's Calvin. So
the Isaiah Likely, Zay Flowers, Grinch Christmas celebrations is coming out again.
Yep. 49-0.
Yeah.
Just fucking ruining Christmas. All these little Houston kids are going to get CJ Stroud jerseys for Christmas. And then they're just going to see their, they're going to wear it. They're going to watch the game. And then they're just going to watch him get murdered.
All right. So week 18, we got
Cleveland.
Loss.
Cleveland at home.
Loss.
At home.
Loss. We're going to be sitting everybody.
That's why you're expecting a loss.
I do want to say this. I sent Drew my schedule before anybody else, and he said I had week 18 wrong because he had a source that said I should be switching it with a different game
Different divisional game.
Different division game.
This guy also told me that we were going to trade up to number 5 when the Giants took Thibodeau, if somebody else fell off the board, and did that to fuck with me. So he may have just been fucking with me at that point.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no.
Loss.
This is it. Yes. So you think it's a loss? It's a date and time TBD, which means
because it's going to be a loss because that game's not going to matter for us.
Well, so they're waiting to see if it matters. I think it's not going to matter because I think Cleveland is the worst team in the division, personally.
Actually, let me
I agree with that.
Let me put a qualifier on this to bail myself out. I think it's a loss for us if it doesn't matter. If it matters, I think we win. So.
Yeah, exactly right. Now it should not matter. Shouldn't.
Agreed.
I think they'll be 8-9 or 7-10, something like that.
Yeah,
I think it'll matter more to Cleveland than it'll matter to us, and therefore we're gonna win. We're gonna lose.
Yeah, I think. I don't think it'll matter to anybody because I think the Browns are going to be in a position where it.
Yeah, but you know how the Browns are. Like, if they win that last game of the year, they're gonna be like, yeah, we had a rough year, but fucking look at how we beat the Ravens the last week of the year. Good momentum going into next year.
I guess I don't know. I mean,
that's what retarded loser franchises do. And if I looked up retarded loser franchise, Browns would pop up first on Google.
Yep, I don't know.
Google retarded loser franchise right now. I promise you, a picture of the Browns pops up.
Mike, I don't even know if that. I don't think that's possible. Mathematically, I don't think it is.
It's never happened, but it is possible now that there's 7 teams.
No, because I feel
like 3 wild card spots.
Yeah, but I think mathematically, I don't think it is because of the tiebreakers.
Exactly. Like the tiebreakers would. So I think your division record is the 4th or 3rd tiebreaker, and in order for all of our teams to, go, I don't know, whatever it is, 9-8, 10-7, that gets you in the playoffs, like they'd have to have a subpar division record. I don't think it's possible. And I'm with Will. I think you can send 3. I don't think you can send a 4th.
I don't think it's possible. But, I mean.
Oh, I had a special guest back to the podcast.
Yeah, bro, my bad, bro. My phone keep going in and out. My shit on 5%. We almost done now? Because I'm on my way home now.
Yeah. Nah, it's getting close to that, to my death time. So.
Hey.
Trippy came back to die, to watch you die.
That's fair.
Morbid, but fair.
Hey, man.
All right, so I think
completed.
the takeaway from the schedule was we're going to go 14-3, 15-2, something. So we're going to go 14.5 and 2.5.
I would take over 12.5.
Yeah,
would be my safe bet.
Right. Yeah, I would say the same.
I think we're probably right at 12.
Yeah, I hold on. You know what? I'm gonna real quick. I'm just gonna pull up FanDuel just to see what they have us listed at. Because if the number is 11.5 right now, then hammer it.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, I would assume that they don't have those odds out yet, but
they very well may. Hold on.
I thought they wait until like training camp opens, but I could be wrong.
Hold on. Win totals. Baltimore Ravens 11.5 plus 132.
Oh,
yeah, I'd bet that. Yep.
Hammer that shit.
Yeah, agreed. But anywho, that's gonna do it for this week's installment. We will be back to discuss this, that, and the other in the off season, maybe OTAs or whatever the fuck else comes our way. But meanwhile, it's time for me to die.
See ya.
That went further than I expected it to.